you doing? What are you doing?
Hold on.
Take that hat off. We don't know if he's playing.
Hold on.
Hawk, who goes yonder?
It is I, sire, Richard of Nottingham.
Well, speak.
Shout out my guy Slick Rick.
News from the east, sire. Rick the ruler has returned.
Lion.
He's back.
It's not confirmed. Fucking chill.
We'll get into it. Hey, it's another day on the Day One podcast. How we doing? I'm your co-host Anthony. To my right, my co-host Kyle. Say what's up.
What's going on, y'all?
We got a jam-packed filled pod. Obviously, all signs are pointing to that the ruler is back. Jalen Hurts is on track to play this Sunday. We'll get into that in a little bit. We're going to get into some interesting playoff scenarios with this suspended game with the Bills and the Bengals. We're going to give an update really soon here with Damar Hamlin. Good things, all good things. Prayers are working. Keep it going. Prayer emojis in chat. Things are looking up. And we're going to talk about some interesting playoff scenarios if the NFL decides to implement an 8th seed. So we'll get into all that tonight.
MetLife Invitational, baby.
Yeah, the turf monster.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what you wanna talk about?
The only important thing that's important to discuss: Damar Hamlin's health.
Fair. That's a perfect way to start this out.
I thought you were about to talk. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I was like, wait, hang on, what?
Okay. Miscommunication. Yeah, so reports are looking up for Damar Hamlin. He is awake and alert. From what I've read, he's not like communicating verbally, but he is he's able to interpret thoughts and communicate via like paper, writing stuff down. And he's responsive and all the good things. Gotta love it. It's really good thing to see.
The biggest thing I saw was that he's completely neurologically intact.
That's amazing.
Which is ridiculous, not having oxygen to your brain for 9 minutes. The fact that that's incredible.
Yeah, definitely. Shout at Damar Hamlin. Shout out the Cincinnati hospital, and the Bills and Bengals medical staff for doing their thing, making sure that they saved this guy's life. And the funny thing was that one of the first things that he asked was, who won the game?
Yeah.
He's all he's worried about is that game. He worried about the game. You gotta love it. Damar Hamlin's a true gamer. And I really liked the doctor's response too. It was kind of a bar. Everyone was like, oh, they're just sitting there spitting bars. But the doctor, he asked the doctor who won the game, and they said, yes, you did. You won. You won life. I thought that was a really cool thing.
Dr. Seuss spoke up in that hospital.
Literally. Who wrote these bars? Like Rick,
Yeah.
Dr. Dre, the Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah, but Damar Hamlin's health, he's trending in the right direction, and you love to see it. Obviously, it was a huge, scary moment on Monday night, and obviously there was no reason to continue that game and finish that game until we knew that he was going to be okay. And now that we have the closure that he's okay, I think that gives everybody a huge sigh of relief, big weight lifted off of all of our shoulders. That he's going to be okay. Playing shape, we'll see, but just the fact that he's going to live to see another day and live a normal life for the most part, definitely a blessing. So God's wonders at work right here.
Yeah, came up on a fat stack of cash when he woke up too.
Yeah, he did. He's like, hey, who hey ma, where'd all this money come from? I fell asleep playing the game. I wake up in a hospital bed and I got $5 million. What the hell's going on? What's going on here?
That's
I need to go to sleep more often. What the hell going on?
Yeah. But no, incredible that he's good. It's good because now it feels okay to like talk about Week 18, talk about what the hell they're gonna do with this game,
right?
And all kinds of stuff because that shit is still up in the air.
Yeah, there's so many different avenues that they can take this from. I mean,
I definitely don't think it'll be replayed.
What was that?
I definitely don't think it'll be replayed.
No, I don't think so either.
It shouldn't be.
Right.
But having those two teams specifically going back to that field to finish that game, I don't know how they could.
Yeah,
even though he's okay, that shit's gonna haunt people for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that all you think about is the sight of him laying on the field. But it's now that we know that he's okay. It is a valid question. Skip Bayless jumped the gun like a week too early. But now it's a valid question. What does the NFL do with this game? How are they going to manipulate the playoff format and the seeding with the matchups and stuff? Now that you got one less game for two top AFC teams that will not really decide who makes it and who doesn't, but really who is where as far as seeding goes.
Yeah, and that matters. That matters.
Yeah.
If it's me, give both teams a tie and move on.
I think, I agree. I think that's the easiest.
Because you can't give the Bills a loss because they were down.
Yeah, so, no, you can't.
Yeah, listen, you can't do that.
Yeah, they're trailing in the game. They have that happen, like the guy almost dies on the field, and you're just gonna hand him an L.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right. I think you call it a tie as both teams forfeit, they get a tie. Doesn't really affect anything as far as seeding goes. I mean, the win percentage is still the win percentage.
Yeah.
And then you move on with it. You don't have to change the playoff format any more than you already have in the last year. And, business as usual.
Yep.
But there are interesting alternatives.
Yeah, the other thing, we'll get into adding the 8th seed later, but the thing that I'm also seeing too is that they just might not add the game at all and just base seeding off of strict win percentage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So because it's only one game, doing that doesn't really matter. But still, even if they don't include that game, if the Bills win next week and the Chiefs lose, Bills are still the 1 seed.
Yeah. It don't matter. And even if they tied, it wouldn't matter. I mean, they'd still be the 1 seed.
Yeah, it'd still be the same record.
So in reality, actually looking at this from that perspective, it really doesn't change a whole lot. I mean, you're going to have the Bengals are going to be playing for the division, which they would have been either way. The Bills are going to be playing for the 1 seed, which they would have been either way. Doesn't really change a whole lot. I mean,
it doesn't.
Looking at this scenario anyway. So, why not give them a tie and move on with it?
Yeah. you have to put something. I think you have to put something on the record. So
Yeah.
Because like if you and the other thing too is I feel like if we're looking back at this in 20 years, the tie will look more noble than if it's not even on the schedule because it looks like the NFL's trying to hide something.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
I think so far the NFL, both teams have been incredible throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this on the last kind of reaction vid that we did. This is uncharted waters for the NFL. And the broadcasters and the teams. And they did the best job that they possibly could with navigating this situation. I mean, it's never easy having a guy's life be threatened by a game that brings so many joy and that it's as huge and as popular in American culture as it is. To have something like that happen is really tough waters to chart, and I think they did a good job. I think they did a good job handling this. Yeah, I mean, I really I got to give it to the players and on the teams and the coaches for really kind of putting their foot down and being like, we're not playing this game. Now Troy Vincent, who runs the NFLPA, he said that as far as the 5-minute warm up thing, that he never heard anything of that. And neither did Joe Buck in the broadcast booth. Like, I mean, he said it, but obviously that's coming from somebody.
Yeah, they need to figure out who the hell said that.
Yeah, Troy Vincent said that the NFL didn't really.
Yeah, at least that didn't come from New York. That didn't come from them.
Yeah,
but it came from someone.
Yeah, but I mean, kudos to the teams and the players for being like, you know what, listen, it doesn't matter if you give us 5 minutes, 5 hours, or 5 days. We're not playing this game. We're concerned about Damar's health, and the league. They obliged. They went through. They suspended the game. They kind of let everything be and make sure that we knew that his health was good, that he was going to survive and be all right. So yeah, it's really, really tough because I mean, you look at it from a financial standpoint, they must have lost hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh yeah,
suspending that game. But it's bigger than that. And I mean, money's a huge thing, obviously.
Well, honestly, they probably lost a lot from the field. But you know how many people were probably watching that broadcast up until like 11 o'clock to figure out what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
They probably lost some, but I mean,
that's fair. Yeah. But
there was probably I know like when Aaron Rodgers was on the Pat McAfee show, I know for real, he said he watched the entire thing. So I imagine a lot of people were in that same boat.
Yeah. Especially when people started to like tune in that weren't watching it first
and
heard about it. Yeah. Yeah. Regardless, whatever amount of money is lost, there's nothing that can replace the value of a man's life. And that was on full display on Monday night.
Yep.
So again, shout out to Damar Hamlin and his family and his team, and all the doctors that had a hand in helping save this guy's life. And we're happy over here that he's in good health and good spirits, and we continue to send those prayers that he makes a speedy recovery, and continues to be the good man that he is.
Yes. Okay. Playoff scenarios. Now let's get into the shit. Okay.
Into some fun stuff, guys.
Yep. So I have everything written down except for the top 3 seeds in the AFC because we don't know.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think? You start with the NFC?
Sure.
All right. I have to start off with the 7 seed spot. Okay. It's between
Are
3
these
teams.
your like predictions?
No, this is everything that's possible.
Oh, okay. Oh, so
Mhm.
like clinching scenarios and stuff?
Yeah, and then I'll
Oh, okay.
also say what my opinion is, and you can as
Okay.
well. What you
Oh,
think's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
happen?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, 3 teams for the NFC 7th seed: Packers, Seahawks, Lions.
Mm-hmm.
To start with the Packers, since they're essentially they're the ones controlling the destiny right now.
Yep,
To get the 7th seed, all they have to do is beat the Lions.
that's it.
Yep, that's it. Which at home they should be able to do.
Yeah, it's doable. I mean,
Yep.
it's a division game. It's gonna be tough, but it's
Yeah.
doable for sure.
Seahawks. They have to win their game against the Rams, and the Packers have to lose to the Lions.
Okay, that's
Okay?
also doable.
Yeah, that's very doable.
Because as of now, the Seahawks are the 7th seed.
Yes.
But the 9th seed Packers literally dictate all of this.
Yeah, which is
essentially.
weird. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it is weird.
Lions, they have to beat the Packers, and the Seahawks have to lose. So
That's probably, in my opinion, the least likely outcome, unless Baker Mayfield decides to spoil the show on Geno Smith. I think
well, that's the thing, though. I think he might want to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like the Seahawks will take care of business, but there's also that gray area that Baker's been balling, and the division rival.
With everything going on with Damar, every team's gonna be playing their ass off this weekend, I think.
Yeah.
In honor of him.
Yeah, for the love of the game.
Yeah, and a lot of teams are gonna want to play spoiler. So
yeah.
With teams that are usually out of playoff contention, they still play all their guys week 17, week 18.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't just sit guys.
Right. Well, these are scenarios where you're not going to have any guys really sitting. All of these guys are going to be playing.
So
yeah.
Yeah. If the Seahawks lose, it's Rams Lions for that spot. Whoever wins that game makes it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if the if the Seahawks lose and the Lions win, the Lions are in.
Yep.
If the Seahawks win and the Packers win, the Packers are in.
Yes.
Okay.
If the Seahawks win, Packers lose, Lions are in. If the Seahawks win, the Packers win, Packers are in. Which is weird to me.
So is there any way that the Seahawks can get in?
Yeah, if the Lions beat the Packers and the Seahawks win.
Oh,
because I think the Seahawks have the tiebreakers over the Lions no matter what.
Yeah.
I think
I'm asleep.
Which is very weird to me as to why Seahawks are the 7th seed now, if the Packers are the ones controlling the destiny, and no matter what the Seahawks do, the Packers can still get in.
Right.
Which is weird, but whatever.
I mean, they're all 8-8. I think it really depends on conference percentage.
Maybe.
And head-to-heads.
Yep.
Divisions. I don't know. A bunch of tiebreakers in there that determine that.
All right. And then the other really important one, the top 3 seeds in the NFC. For the Eagles, it's between the Eagles, Niners, and Cowboys for the 1 seed.
Yeah. Yeah, the Vikings are really out of the 1 seed race.
Yeah.
It's really
they
Eagles,
are completely.
Niners, Cowboys. Yeah.
If the Eagles win against the Giants or the Cowboys lose to the Commanders, Eagles clinch.
The division.
The 1 seed.
The 1 seed?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
They just need the Cowboys to lose for them to clinch the 1. Are you sure about that?
Yes. The Niners.
I would have thought that they would have needed both of those teams to lose. Is that because of it must be like a conference percentage or something?
Yeah, it's something. There wasn't an explanation.
That's
this
weird.
is just what I saw, and it's all on NFL.com.
Yeah.
So I trust it.
'Cause I saw a graphic similar to that, and that's not what it
Mhm.
said. At least I
Really?
don't remember. Continue going through them. I'll
Yeah.
find it.
For the Niners, they have to beat the Cardinals, and the Eagles have to lose to get the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I find that unlikely, in my opinion. But we'll get into why.
Whatever.
It's not. I'm being completely unbiased when I
Yeah.
say that.
Mhm. For the Cowboys to get the 1 seed, they have to beat the Commanders, the Eagles have to lose, and the Niners have to lose.
Which I also think is very unlikely that
Yeah,
both of those teams lose.
Mhm. For them to win the division, all they have to do is win, and the Eagles lose.
Yeah.
So Cowboys realistically, if they do jump, they won't get the 1 seed. They'll get the 4 seed. They'll get the 2 seed.
The Cowboys.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. For some reason, I can't find it.
Because I don't think the Niners are going to lose to the Cardinals no matter what. So
yeah, I don't think so either. In my opinion, I don't think the Eagles are going to lose to the Giants either.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I'm a little indifferent on that game. I honestly think that game's a coin flip. I really do.
I guess. I just think like, all right,
It's either Gardner Minshew or not 100% Jalen.
you're gonna get like a 95% Jalen Hurts. That's fine, and then you give him another week of rest.
But dude, remember, you're playing a playoff team. This isn't the same old Giants. You're playing a playoff team.
We're playing a playoff team 5 weeks ago, right?
But he was healthy.
Walked.
Because he was healthy. 5% is enough to lose a game in the NFL.
Bro, I don't know. I think, in my opinion, I think he juices that team up more than a lot of people want to give him credit for. Like, he's a huge lead. He is like the lead guy on that team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in that 2-week span, I feel like they got away from really who they were. I mean, James Bradbury said it like perfectly that they were not focusing like on the task at hand. They kind of got carried away and got too far forward thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, we don't really need this and we don't really need that, and we just need to get one. Let's get the 1 seed, and then we'll worry about the playoffs. Yeah, I think this was a huge reality check for the Eagles as a team. I mean, they're all pissed and they want to get back and get one right and start building momentum for their playoff run.
Because you
It's the
can't go
perfect game to do
0-3
it.
into the playoffs. You can't go 0-3 into the playoffs.
No, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the perfect game to do it against a division opponent, a team that's going to be in the playoffs, a team that you've already beat handedly before. I mean, if you just beat them by at least a score or two, that's fine. You don't even need to play Jalen the whole game. Just get him, like, start him, give him like a half, and if it's wrapped up by then, trot him out for a series in the third quarter and pull him for the game. This is really just a momentum building game, and honestly, in a pressure situation where you gotta win to get the 1 seed, it's the best of both worlds, in my opinion. Not only Jalen coming back, but Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's back at practice, and Robert Quinn, they activated their 21-day windows. So it'll be interesting to see if CD is going to be ready for Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Robert Quinn as well, although I haven't really heard much about him being at practice, and I haven't seen him pop up on the injury report. So I have no idea whether he's a full participant or not, or they're just like, I don't know. Because the whole thing with Josh Sweat, he's still not practicing with the neck injury, which is fine. If Robert Quinn is going to go, then have him go and let Sweat rest. But yeah, I mean, they're getting healthy at the right time. They had a huge reality check the last 2 weeks. And I look for this team to go back to doing what they do best, and that's dominating the line of scrimmage, the time of possession battle, the turnover differential. Obviously not probably to the levels that we've seen over the first few weeks of the season, because that's been a far cry from then. But I think they're going to be in good shape. I really think that they're going to handle the Giants. I think they're locked in. His teammates said Jalen's locked in at practice. This team's going to be locked in, and they're going to be ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm not sweating it. Now, if Gardner Minshew is starting, I'm sweating this like bullets. Like
I will guarantee an L if Gardner plays. Guarantee.
I have 2 Chuck guarantees. If Jalen Hurts is starting, I guarantee the Eagles win, lock up the 1 seed. If Gardner Minshew is playing, I guarantee the Eagles lose, and they ain't going to the Super Bowl. That's really the difference between going to the Super Bowl lies on this game because you got to get the 1 seed.
I think you lose either way, but I really do think you lose this game either way.
I don't think so, bro. I think you're.
I just think yes, the whole team's gonna play better, everything like that. Everyone's gonna be locked in. It ain't gonna fucking matter if Jalen Hurts isn't 100%. It's not gonna matter.
Yeah, but he could have went at not 100% last week, and he didn't.
But he didn't.
He didn't.
Mm-hmm. And he still lost.
Yeah, without Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he could go.
The system was not playing.
He could go not 100%, and you guys can lose.
This is a 2 to 3 week injury.
If Jalen Hurts would have played last week, I would have thought you lost.
It's taken him 2 to 3 weeks to heal from a 2 to 3 week injury.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, he's going to be ready for this game, and they're gonna take care of business.
Okay, all right. I believe you. I believe you.
It doesn't sound like you believe me.
You're like, either
way, they're going to lose this game.
I believe you.
You want to see them lose this game so bad, bro. Just because you want to see me willow in my pity. Just because of how the season's gone. I get it, bro. I get it. It's cool.
It's don't. Cool. I just worry that if he isn't 100%, you lose.
You think they would make him go if he wasn't 100%?
Yes.
You're
fighting for the 1 seed.
Huh?
You're fighting for the 1 seed. Of course he's going to go this week.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a 2 to 3 week injury. This is week 3.
Okay. But I just throwing shoulder.
I think you're fine. Just as long. Listen. Just as long
as
he.
Enough. That's
just
enough.
Listen. Just as long as he is smart about when he takes it and when he gets down, getting out of bounds and sliding, doesn't take any hits, fine. Then you get the 1 seed. You have a whole nother week to rest the shoulder and then go at it for the playoffs.
Yep.
That's really it. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. I think they're going to take care of business. That's really it for me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm telling you. It's my lock of the week.
All right. I respect it.
Not Eagles spread. Eagles money line.
I don't believe it.
It's my lock of the week.
I don't believe it. I just trust it.
And not to mention, they're resting some of their starters.
I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think you can still lose if they rest some starters.
The Giants.
Yeah,
they're gonna lose either way.
All right. AFC.
All right.
7 seed. All right.
All right. You done? You done shitting on my birds?
You done being biased?
I ain't being biased, bro. You want me to say that
you said last week, all week before the Saints game, they're locked in after that loss. They're not going to let that happen again, and they let the fucking stinker.
Well, honestly, I didn't expect the coaching staff to put together a piss poor game plan around.
They could do the same thing.
I didn't expect it.
They could do the same thing this week.
No, they got their system back.
They could go too they could go too cautious because Jalen Hurts isn't 100%.
I don't think they're going to go too cautious.
I think you might, just because, you know what I mean? You don't want to get nicked up again. I think there's a lot that could play into a loss. Yeah, Giants are playing with house money. I
don't think so.
All right. 7 seed for the AFC. There's 4 teams. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Patriots, Dolphins, Steelers, Jags. The reason why the Jags
And the
are on here is
technically.
Titans can't get the 7th seed. They can only make the playoffs by winning the division.
Yeah, but they're
Mhm.
still mathematically in.
Yeah, I don't have them on here just because they can't clinch the 7th seed. The only way they make it is if they beat the Jags.
Okay, fair.
So the Patriots for the 7th seed, they have to beat the Bills. That's it.
That's
I don't think
it.
it's going to happen. I don't
The
think it's
win
going to
they're
happen.
in.
Yeah. If they lose, they need the Dolphins to lose to the Jets, the Steelers to lose to the Browns, and the Jags to lose to the Titans.
I don't know, bro. That's a tough one.
That's rough. That's rough. But they control their destiny, winning they're in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dolphins. They have to beat the Jets, and the Pats have to lose, which is probably likely. It depends. Jets are trying to play spoiler this
They have
week.
Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback, though, don't they?
No.
No? Tua's playing?
No.
Who's their quarterback?
Not Skylar Thompson.
What?
Mike Glennon. They signed him this week.
Oh, my God. That's
the
rough,
Jets and the Jets said in their press conferences, Robert Saleh said it's going to be fun to play spoiler so him and Mike McDaniel in 2 weeks can sit on a beach together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Mike Glennon. With the
That's
playoff
tough.
spot on the line.
It's probably going to be Skylar Thompson to go, but how long is he going to stay in the game?
Right.
Against that defense, I don't know what he's going to be able to do. He hasn't been able to do anything against incompetent defense this season. So,
yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, so that's tough. The Dolphins could lose too.
Yep.
For the Steelers to make it, they have to beat the Browns. The Dolphins have to lose to the Jets, and the Pats have to lose to the Bills. Hot take: I think the Steelers make the playoffs.
I honestly don't think that's as hot as a take as you think.
I feel like the I don't know, because I feel like the mystique around the Jets has obviously fallen off because they've lost 5 straight.
Yeah.
True. But they're playing Skylar Thompson or Mike Glennon against our defense. Are they honestly going to put up 20 points? Maybe not. It's going to be tough. It's tough. I think the Dolphins-Jets game's a coin flip.
Yeah, I can see it being about like a 20-17 game.
Yeah, probably favoring. For me, right now, I'd still probably take the Dolphins, regardless of their quarterback situation, just because.
Yeah.
Mike White's just not that guy, but.
I thought you said he was that guy.
I thought he was, bro. And then I seen him fucking sell the game last week. I'm good.
Oh, man.
Give me Derek Carr. Give me Derek Carr, and then we run in the table.
All right.
For the Jags to get the 7th seed, they would obviously. This would be if they lost to the Titans, obviously.
Right.
They would also need the Dolphins, Pats, and the Steelers to lose.
Oof.
So the Jags, basically this game is pretty much going to be win and you're in. Win you go, lose you go home for the Titans.
For the AFC South, yeah.
And honestly though, I could very well see the Steelers losing to the Browns. I could see the Dolphins losing to the Jets, and I think the Pats are going to lose to the Bills. I could see the scenario falling off where we have Titans and Jags in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see it.
Are the Steelers at home?
Let me look.
Because I'll never bet against.
Yes, they are at home. Steelers are at home.
Okay, yeah. So I think the Steelers probably end up making the playoffs, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which no one's talking about, by the way.
Yeah, I know. That's gone.
Everyone's talking about Pats, Dolphins. I don't think either of those teams. I think they're the least likely to win this week out of the 3.
Mm-hmm. And also the other thing about the Steelers that nobody's talking about is Mike Tomlin. He hasn't had a losing season ever.
No, and he may not.
He may not have it this year. We all thought, oh, damn, that's tough. What a streak for Mike Tomlin not having a losing season. Here they are, 8-8 with a chance to win and get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
At 9-8.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they make it or not, that's a tremendous turnaround for the Steelers.
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett has come on big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a bright future over there in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, if we wanted to get into the whole top of the AFC, to me, I don't really think much is going to change. I don't think Kansas City is going to lose at Vegas. Patrick Mahomes is 11-0 on road division games,
Yeah,
or higher than that, 15-0 or something like that. I don't think he's going to lose to the Raiders. Which means they'd clinch. Buffalo would be 2. The real interesting one is Cincy Raiders.
yeah, yeah. That falls with the Ravens that they play them this week.
Actually, no, that's pretty much a lock too.
Yeah, that you know what?
Because even if the Ravens win, they're probably still the 6th seed if they get a tie or they don't count the game.
Right. Yeah.
So
now that
that's pretty much locked.
Yeah,
it's basically between KC Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
You're right. Didn't even think about it that way.
Yeah, I didn't at first either until I'm looking at it and looking at the numbers. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, unless they go by complete win percentage. But we don't know how they're gonna do it yet. It's just a matter of time.
Even
Let's
if
talk
they
about another way that they can do it.
What's that?
Let's talk about another way that they can do it. Adding an 8th seed to the playoffs for both the AFC and the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this scenario is a little interesting. In this scenario, probably to make it the most logical to add an 8th playoff spot. Essentially, what you would be doing is reverting back to the top 2 seeds having the first round bye, and the first seed obviously having home field throughout. That way, you have 3 through 8 in the wild card round.
Yep.
And then having your divisional conference and Super Bowl as it would be.
For me, I don't really think they have to. Just because, not much can happen other than the 1 and 2 seed, which doesn't affect the bottom seeds.
Yeah, the bottom seeds really affect each other more than what the upper.
Because if the incident with Damar never happened, it could still be KC getting the 1 seed and Buffalo not. You know what I mean? That could flip back and forth regardless.
Yeah.
So even if Buffalo won that game in Cincy. So
yep.
I think it's kind of difficult. But hey, I'm here for another team. You know why? You know why?
Why?
New York Football, baby. We back. You know what I'm saying? Running the table from the 8th slot. Okay, we believe team. Here we go. You know what I'm saying?
that would make it'd bring back I'd say the top 4 teams that are eliminated. The Commanders, Jets, Saints, and Browns would all kind of be back in the picture.
The Commanders and the Saints wouldn't, because Seattle, another one of Seattle Lions, Green Bay would make it.
Yeah, you're right.
But in the AFC,
it'd really be the Jets and the Browns.
Yeah.
And as far as the NFC, I guess you'd have whoever wins the Sunday night football game, Lions Packers.
Yeah. Because honestly, I think if Seattle lose, hang on, let me look at this. So
it wouldn't matter, would it?
If Seattle were to lose,
because if
Green
Bay wins, Seattle can still get in as the 8th seed because they hold the tiebreaker over the Lions for head-to-head.
Yeah. So if Seattle loses, that both those teams make the playoffs.
The Lions and the Packers.
Yeah. If the Lions win, Packers-Lions would make the playoffs. If the Packers won, Packers-Seattle would make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Regardless if Seattle loses or not.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
In the AFC,
Yeah. This is the spicy one.
Dolphins, Steelers, Pats would have to lose. Likely.
Yeah.
Likely.
Everything is likely, honestly.
Yeah,
Everything's on the
that's
table
likely.
here.
That would put so the Jags would have to win too. The Jags would have to win, Pats would have to lose, Miami would have to lose, Steelers would have to lose. If that were to happen, either Jets New England or Jets Cleveland make it. Whoever has the tiebreaker between New England and Cleveland.
Wow.
Yeah, the Jets would jump New England.
Yeah, the Jets and the Browns would jump from being eliminated to being in.
Yeah, bro.
That is crazy.
Hey, they wrote us off.
Y'all ain't right back.
Though. We ain't right back.
Let's go. Let's go. We ain't right back.
And then guess what? We going into Cincy in the wild card. We beating their ass.
I'm getting bounced out.
And then we go into KC and we beating their ass.
Getting your ass beat.
And we go into Buffalo.
And getting your ass beat.
For revenge and beating their ass.
Not getting it.
Bro, imagine going back into Cincy after losing to them earlier in the season. Hey, say, hey, Joey B. Fuck you, buddy. Go home. Incredible.
Hey, you want to talk about me being biased? That's some that we.
I know.
I don't think I've seen much bias from you, but it's a little glimmer of bias.
This isn't bias because I never said it's going to happen. I said imagine. You never say. You always say this is going to happen because the Eagles are them.
They're one of the best teams in football. How can I not believe that they're going to succeed?
Because there's 4 teams that are better than them.
I don't know about that. Their defense, let's be honest though, their defense is on historic pace. Like as far as like front 4 numbers go, they're on the level of the 85 Bears, literally. Mm-hmm. Like they're chasing the sack record on Sunday.
Low key though, shout out to the Lions for being in playoff contention. They actually have by like strength of schedule, win percentage wise, they have the hardest in the NFL this season.
Wow. Yeah, shout out. Nuts. Hey,
I'm looking at that now. Yeah, bro.
Hey, we were bullish at the beginning of the year on the Lions.
Hey.
Didn't look pretty at first.
Yeah.
You know,
I love
best 1-6 team.
Yeah, shit's crazy, bro. But this could be interesting. Having an 8 seed might flip a lot of shit around. I doubt it happens, but that would be so cool. That would be really badass. Because, like, how would that work? So 7 would play 4, 5 would play 6, 8 would play 3. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting. Yo, what if, to quote Nick Wright, what if the prince that was promised runs the table in the AFC?
The what?
The prince that was promised.
Oh. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I think he's good enough to win a playoff game.
Kenny Pickett?
No, the prince that was promised.
Who?
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think he's good enough to win a playoff game.
I think he's good enough to beat any team once. That's a hot take. Could he beat Buffalo? I think so.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, when you look at it,
Buffalo.
You got a coach who's been there before in Doug Peterson. Good young offense, again, good young defense.
A legit front 7.
Yeah. So I mean, when you really look at it, it's not really the craziest thing in the world, but I don't know.
They match up well with Buffalo.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see for sure.
Fuck it. Call it now. Jacksonville Jets to the AFC Championship game.
Hey.
Imagine. I'd lose my shit.
They could win a playoff. I wouldn't be surprised if Jacksonville does win a playoff game.
No, because if it stayed 1 through 7, they would play
the Chargers.
Yeah. They could beat the Chargers.
They can. I would pick them over the Chargers. Yeah. Yep. Hammer a wild card weekend. Right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they'd be an underdog in that game too.
You know what I think we should do for fun?
What?
Wild card weekend, we do our spread picks, but we actually put money on them.
I'm down with that. How much?
$3 a game, so we're not going broke.
3? All right. Like 3 for the parlay, or just 3 like for the single?
Each.
Oh, like each singular game. All right, yeah, I'm down with that. I'm cool with that.
Man, that'd be dope.
That would be dope.
If we could either do that or hammer money lines for like $5 a pop. Or we could put $10 on a full parlay.
Well, why don't we do it all?
One AFC, one NFC.
Let's do it all. Why not?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll figure that out.
Screw it. Yeah, we'll figure that out. It'll be fun to kind of do that.
I requested off for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think I'm going to, depending on who is there, I'm going to do that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, we were like, okay, off pod, but I work till about 4 on Sundays, so it really doesn't affect me as much. But if the Eagles are there, when they were there in 2017, I literally sat in my living room when the pregame kickoff show stuff came on at noon. I sat there till about 6 o'clock when we had an ice storm and our satellite went out, and I had to watch the game on cable. Mm-hmm. So, look, if it's like that again, I'm gonna be there watching all the pregame shit all freaking day.
Oh yeah, bro! I'm getting up 6 a.m. Good morning football.
Oh yeah. We're doing a pregame pod, during the game pod.
Maybe not during the game.
I'm gonna be on some hard liquors.
Maybe not during the game. Maybe we'll, for PG's sake, because this is a family program, we'll do it before the Super Bowl.
And then after.
Yeah,
we'll do post game.
Maybe I'll host one and I'll let you hop in as a special guest so you don't terrorize the public.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, especially if the Eagles lose to the Super Bowl, because you that won't be good.
It should just be me.
I'm gonna be so obnoxious if that happens. I told you, motherfucker.
Look, yeah, no, I mean, their window honestly has really just started here, but
oh yeah, for sure.
In my opinion, when you look at, I mean, now, it's so hard because their core guys, they're signed for the long term, like Jalen.
I think Jalen
yet, but Jalen's gonna get the bag. AJ Brown, Quez Watkins, Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
It's really like you got Nakobe Dean over there on defense. Slay is still there for another year. I mean, and the offensive line too, they're still young and they're kind of locked up.
I think just because we know how much shit can happen in the NFL year to year, I'd give them a 3-year window. This one, next year, and the following.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Not to say they couldn't compete after that, but I don't think the team would look
for Super Bowl. Yeah,
the team wouldn't look anywhere near the same.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because of how much shit moves.
I honestly, I think when you look at this window of opportunity, I think this is the best one that they're gonna get.
Yeah. Especially with him getting the bag.
when you look at the roster, the talent that they have, it's literally a super team.
Unless they start playing games with the contract because he's a running quarterback and he got hurt. Like, if they want to start playing that game, it's a little different.
Well, but I don't think they're going to go the Lamar Jackson route unless he really starts popping up with injuries.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I really think I do think this is probably their best opportunity to get another ring. Which is why I really like looking at the roster itself in comparison to like the league and just the talent level. I mean, more than 75% of this roster got considered for Pro Bowl. You have a literal Pro Bowl roster. Go win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And you're at the same time, you're not jeopardizing like your long-term future because you got a lot of
Yeah.
your long-term core for the most part locked up.
What do you think is the success in, like, say, this 3-year window? One Super Bowl win, one Super Bowl appearance, 2 NFC championship wins, 2 championship appearances. I think for me, like, the route that they're taking, you got to get 1 Super Bowl and you have to go to 2.
Yeah. I'd say yeah. That's
Before the
I would
questions
agree.
of Jalen Hurts, can he get it done, start popping up.
Yeah, I'd agree. If they can at least get to the Super Bowl, I'd really love for them to win it. Obviously, I mean, I'm an Eagles fan, so obviously I want them to win the Super Bowl, but I think a success is them getting to the Super Bowl and really just I'd like to see one.
Because
If
they're not like, this isn't like Tom Brady. They're not going to get the 3 straight.
No,
You know what I mean? It's
no,
just
but I
the
think they
league
have
works.
I think they have an opportunity to go to the NFC Championship for the next 3 years.
Yeah, I agree.
That's probably my expectation, at least to have a Super Bowl appearance and 2 NFC Championship game appearances in the next 3 years. That's my expectation.
I'm just telling you right now. If the Niners get Brady, you're not sniffing a Super Bowl.
We'll see.
They will run the table. Tom Brady could play till he's 55, and they'd be running the table. Look,
we'll see, bro. But as the NFL is constructed right now, this is what I'm saying. My expectations for the team are. I mean, the core guys are still there, and I think I would not be surprised if we get really deep in the playoffs, whether it's to the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, and we don't get it done. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those guys run it back. Like a lot of the guys on the.
No, I think if you lose in the second round this year, you're gonna run it back next year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think there's some guys that you really just can't keep. Like Kaiser White, I really don't see them keeping. I mean, he started off the year really like he was playing lights out. As of late, he's kind of been a liability in the pass game. And you got Nakobe Dean on the bench, who he was a first round talent, and in the snaps that he's gotten, he's looked really good, especially in run coverage. He can sniff a hole. He can read the offense and find the hole and get to tackle better than like anybody that I've seen.
Yeah.
I think especially anybody that's put an Eagles uniform on the last however long I've been watching, like 10 years.
I kind of feel a little bit different about Kaiser White. I don't think he's I think he's underrated, and I don't think a team will give him a big enough bag that will take him from the Eagles.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's that guy. He's damn good, but I don't think he's that guy.
Yeah. Like I think Nakobe Dean in like a year or two can be that guy.
Yeah.
Which I think is really good for him to kind of sit back behind a guy like Kaiser White, he's not like that guy, in Hassan Reddick as well. He is that guy who is also getting Defensive Player of the Year consideration, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
I just think the one comment, this is totally off topic, but I think the one comment Jonathan Gannon had about like, oh yeah, if I wasn't dropping him back in coverage so much, he'd have 25 sacks. I think that's fucking ridiculous. Like, that, obviously, send him.
Well, I just think he's too good in coverage to where it doesn't make sense to have him rush the passer all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Micah Parsons. You know what I mean? He's good enough in coverage to where you want him in coverage in some scenarios.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair too. You got to kind of keep a balanced thing, but I mean, Hassan Reddick, I mean, his bag is deep, and like his bend is tremendous. His get off. I mean, he's one of the best edge linemen
He's the
and
jack of all
pass
trades,
rushers.
master of none. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean it's good for Nakobe Dean to kind of get like mentorship behind somebody like Kaiser White. And I think he can take his snaps and play really good football. But yeah, as far as the expectations go, at least a Super Bowl appearance and 2 NFC Championship appearances in the next 3-year window is really my expectation. I think they can win the Super Bowl this year. If they
I
run
think
it
they
back
can
next
too.
year, it's going to be tough, but I think they can get back next year.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the NFC gets worse next year. So
yeah, that's the other thing too, which is why it's so crazy that the Eagles core is like they're young and locked up,
yeah.
and it's so hard to stop them.
Yeah. I mean, the Bucks, I think, fall off. I think Minnesota steps back a little bit. San Fran's probably going to be good. Dallas is probably still going to be good. The Giants, I could see him falling off. I could also see him getting better. The
It
Seahawks
really
probably
depends on
fall
how the
off. The
offseason goes.
Lions get better, but Green Bay falls off.
Yeah. It honestly really depends on how the offseason goes for like teams that are trending up and down. I'm not going to get into who I think is going to fall off or trend up or not until we get to the offseason and we start seeing some of these dominoes fall. But I just know that the Eagles, I mean, like I said, they got most of their core guys locked up for the foreseeable future. And credit to Howie Roseman for making that happen. I mean, just freaking 2 years ago, we were looking at the worst collapse in history from what our Super Bowl team was to the 4-12 and Carson Wentz falling off, which is another story for another day. But I mean, for him to navigate through that and have his ass up against the fire and maneuver to this is just remarkable. So Howie Roseman has to get a lot of credit for making this happen.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, it's really everything I have to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what we should do?
What?
The season's wrapping up. Okay? We need to show love to some underrated players this season. Give me a name.
TJ Edwards. I'm obviously I'm an Eagles homer. Listen, he's a guy that easily gets overlooked in the flashy defense that the Eagles have. I'll give you two. Since you wanna give me shitty looks at my TJ Edwards, but it's true. I mean, he's one of the big pillars of the defense who honestly he's a Pro Bowler. He's a Pro Bowler the way he's played this year. I mean, I'm pretty sure he leads the team in tackles. At times is a little bit of a liability in pass coverage, but he's worked his way from the practice squad, an undrafted free agent, to where he is now, and he's one of the pillars on the team. And I think it's really easy to overlook him just because of all the like flashy names that we have on defense. You know, you got Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, BG, Fletcher Cox, Hargrave, Slay, Bradbury, CJ Gardner-Johnson, and then, he kind of gets lost in the sauce, but he's been very consistent for us. I guess another underrated guy that I can think of, really, Travis Etienne from the Jaguars.
Nice.
He kind of came out of nowhere this year and has really been a huge part on the Jacksonville offense. And they're only going to get better. He's only going to get better. So I think in the next few years, he's going to be, I mean, he had Pro Bowl consideration this year, I believe, but definitely in the next coming years. I mean, the Jags as a team overall are severely underrated. So I think anybody really that you can pick on that team is a no-brainer.
Yeah. Since you went with a Jag, I'll throw out my Christian Kirk pick. Jeffrey Simmons. D tackle from the Titans. He's been really, really good this
Yeah.
year. Could be an All-Pro.
Yeah.
If they bias give it to Donald, he won't. But yeah, he's trending that way.
Yeah.
Who else? I had another name I was looking at a second ago. Did I lose it? Oh, this one's kind of underrated because people aren't talking about him as much as they should, even though they are. Brian Burns has been fucking unbelievable this season.
Oh yeah, yeah, he has. He really, after the trade allegations, he's been a difference maker for that Carolina defense in their turnaround. It was just phenomenal. It's a shame that they ended up not making the playoffs. I mean, but still, for that resurgence, he was a big part of their defense.
12.5 sacks, 2 fumbles, and 6 pass breakups as an end.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Now imagine when we were throwing the trade allegations around that he could be coming to Philly. Imagine they got that guy. Whew. Oh my God.
Yep.
But yeah, shout out Brian Burns. He's definitely one of the underrated out there.
Yep. I just have to look because I want to be able to pronounce his name. Another one. Where is he? Wait, am I not even thinking the right team, bro? What am I on? What team was he on?
I'll give you a name.
Yeah, go ahead. While I look for this guy. I'm having a brain fart.
Dameon Pierce. I know. I'm like heavy on the running backs, but
a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at the Houston Texans offense. He's really their bright spot. And obviously, since they're the worst team in football, a lot of their bright spots get severely overlooked. But he's been a really good piece for them. I think that's somebody that you can really like tailor the offense around and kind of make it like a run first kind of offense. Get that interior straightened out, surround whoever their quarterback is going to be with, a weapon or 2 weapons. Get the pressure off of Dameon Pierce a little bit. Yeah, they could be a really good team. He can progress as well.
True.
And he runs angry.
All right. Do you know this name? Put you on blast a little bit.
All right.
Talanoa Hufanga. You can either give me his position or what team he plays for.
It's an AFC team.
No.
Fuck. I'm sleeping.
He's a safety for the Niners.
Oh my God.
Second-year safety out of USC. Bro, this year has 93 total tackles, 4 picks, 2 fumbles, 2 sacks, 9 pass breakups.
Wow, that's really good. That is really, really good.
That is really good. And what is this? Stuffs? Yeah, he's got 8 stuffs too.
Oh.
That's insane. That's a safety this year.
Yeah.
You don't see numbers like that.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Like how I pulled that out of my ass. That was a pretty good guy.
Yeah, I like that.
A good pick there.
I like that.
Who else needs love that hasn't been getting any? A lot of heads being disrespected out here in the league.
Yeah.
No one's talking about him because they suck, but Bobby Wagner has been really good this year.
Yeah. For the Rams, yeah, he's been a good part on their D.
Yep.
But, since they've sucked this year, he's not getting any love.
Facts. Yep. And pretty much the only bright spot on the Raiders, Trayvon Moehrig has been really good this year too.
Yeah. He's
been the only good thing coming out of the defense. I mean, damn near all of Detroit's roster could be spoken about.
Yeah, that is true.
Amani Arawarie has been incredible. Deshaun Elliott's been incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Reynolds as a receiver has been underrated for them.
Yeah, he's a threat.
Yeah,
for sure.
Now that Jameson Williams back, he's not seeing as much time.
Yeah,
but he's been good.
When
Jared
he was
Goff,
playing snaps, he's somebody that got to make sure that you keep an eye on the field.
Yeah. Jared Goff this season, 4,200 yards, 29 touchdowns to 7 picks, 100 even quarterback rating.
That's really good.
And in the last, like, I think it's 8 weeks or something like that, he hasn't thrown a pick. Something like that.
If Jared Goff was on a contender, you can make a case for that to be like an MVP stat line.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy to think about Jared Goff being an MVP candidate, but
yeah, bro. He's been really, really good.
Yeah, that's a damn good stat line.
Last 5 games, 1,500 yards, 70% passing, 12 picks, 12 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, that's damn good.
Mm-hmm. With 120 quarterback rating in 5 games.
And perfect is 158.3. So
he's been the second best quarterback in the last 5 weeks, and number 1 is Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. Crazy.
Trevor Lawrence has just been.
Yeah. Yeah, he's another one that's very severely underrated. I think the whole Urban Meyer debacle really didn't do him any justice. But having a guy like Doug Peterson to learn from and just be in the building every day and build you up. I mean, I know firsthand, as Doug was a former coach for the Eagles, he's a damn good coach, and he's a really good motivator, and he's personable. The players love Doug.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shoot. The Eagles fans booed Santa Claus, but they did not boo Doug Peterson. So he had to have been doing something right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real.
But
I hear you.
Yeah, I think anybody, you can pick anybody on the Jags team, and it's underrated.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence, the crazy thing isn't necessarily his numbers over the last 5 games. He's got 8 touchdowns and 2 picks. He's almost throwing 80% completion.
That's nuts.
Yeah. He's got 100. He's got 135 quarterback rating.
Wow. It's top 10 numbers.
That is. Yeah. He's been incredible. I have one other guy. Where the hell is he? Fuck, where did he go? Oh yeah, Carlton Davis for the Bucs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's been single-handedly winning them games on defense because they've had no pass rush or whatsoever.
Yeah.
And they lost their safeties.
Mm-hmm.
So, like this last offseason, Antoine's been out and Jordan Whitehead's with the Jets. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, I'm happy now. We gave some guys love that deserve it that haven't been getting it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. NBA news, if there's anything. What do you make of the offensive explosions recently?
It's crazy.
What do you think it is? Because I'm getting really pissed off watching all these old farts on the internet saying that no one's playing any defense. I'm getting really sick and tired of it.
I really don't know what it is. I don't have
10
any
games.
I don't have an explanation that just it's just memorize see, I can't even talk. Yeah. It's just how crazy this offensive explosion is. It's making my brain explode.
Yeah.
Anthony.exe has stopped responding because freaking everybody wants to drop 40, 50, 60, 70 points every night, it seems. I mean, Donovan Mitchell had 71. Luka had 62 and a triple-double.
60.
Clay had 54.
No, I need you to say it right. He had 60 in the greatest regular season game ever played.
All right, whatever you said, but you get my point. Does literally all of your favorite superstars just dropping at least 87 points at any given night.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. I mean, you love watching fantastic offensive performances. So I think it's good, like, to have guys going off like this, but obviously there's going to be a taper at some point. I mean, you can't keep up this production forever.
No.
It's just really fun. It's a fun stretch to watch, though.
Just in the last 10 days, okay? Donovan Mitchell scored 71 with 11 assists. Giannis had 55, 13, and 7.
Yep.
Luka had 60, 20, and 10, and then 2 nights later had 54.
Yeah.
Clay dropped 55 on 8 dribbles. What else was there? There was another one. DeMar DeRozan had 44 on almost 100% completion, on 100% shooting.
Yeah. Didn't Embiid drop like 45 or 48?
Yeah, Jokic dropped. Embiid dropped 48. In that game.
Against the Pels.
There's another one I'm missing. Oh, dude, I'm gonna lose it. Hang on.
Might have been Jokic.
Let me look at the teams.
Oh, Jordan Poole, the baddie killer.
No, not him. Pascal Siakam had 52. Let's see. There's one more missing. Kevin Durant had 44 on 8 shots.
On 8 shots?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Because of the free throws baked in. Yeah. And then obviously LeBron putting up fucking 2 40-point games in a week at the age of 39.
LeBron doing LeBron things.
Yeah, LeBron doing LeBron things. This is in 10 days.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously you're not going to be able to continue to exert this offensive production forever, but I mean, golly, the performances and all-time classics. I mean, I hope nobody's betting the under on any of these players. They're getting smoked.
Yeah, 100%.
They're getting smoked.
I am just really fucking tired of hearing these old farts saying they're not playing any defense because it's soft. I'm sorry that we can't run around punching each other in the mouth anymore.
That's not defense.
No.
It's really hard. It's really hard to play defense in the modern NBA. Yet you got probably the most athletic guys in NBA history.
Yeah.
You know, playing offense and defense. So it's really, it's hard to compare eras because the rules are so different, but I think the rules and the way that the rules are in the modern, like, present day, and the way that so many of these guys are athletic and can literally go off for 40 to 50 at any given moment, whether you're LeBron or, I don't know, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Like, anybody can do it at any time. I mean, it just goes to show you that these are super impressive performances, and you honestly, you can't do that. Like, in any other era of basketball, like if the boomers wanted to say, oh, well, if we played in today's NBA, we'd score 375 points. Like, no.
Yep.
A lot of factors are different between the cocaine era and the COVID era. Like, it's completely different.
This is my whole thing. I don't think it's defense. I just think right now, this year, maybe even last year, is by far the most talent.
Well, yeah, that's
ever.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Far.
Not really like playing defense, because that's not really what it is. I mean, anybody can play defense. Oh, not anybody, but you get my point. Yep. It's just the talent that these guys are going up against, whether they're playing on offense or defense, is the best that we've ever seen as far as, like, depth wise. I mean, the talent level isn't really top heavy. It's just it's very deep. So
here's an example. Okay.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton this season is averaging 20.6, 10.5 assists on 50, 40, 90.
Yeah.
This is an MVP season 10 years ago.
Yeah.
He's what? Maybe a top 30 player in the league? Maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, it's crazy. The talent level is deep. It's not top heavy like like in past years, in past eras. I mean, we go back to the Boomer era. I mean, what the league was top heavy with Bird, Magic, Jordan, Kareem, Bill Walton. After those guys, it really tapered off. I mean, Sidney Moncrief, you know,
Clyde the Glide.
yeah, Dr. J. I mean, you had your guys, but it wasn't like you know, like LeBron, Giannis, Luca, KD tier, and then you got like, and Steph, obviously, and then you have like, you know, you have so many tiers of talent, but it's great talent. Like it would be top heavy talent in any other era. But you also have your legends from other eras that could probably get very good success in this era.
Maybe. I just think it's just
it's an invalid argument.
Yeah,
I agree.
Like, I mean, obviously the rules are a little bit more favored to offensive players now because like the no hand check thing, but that's really it. They haven't done anything crazy. People are just making business decisions now and not beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I'm saying? And there's not as much hatred in the NBA anymore, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean?
anybody's really fine with not having any hate in anything.
Draymond Green and LeBron James are like homies in real life, but they battled each other 5 years in a row in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Like, so.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's kind of stupid to be like, oh, well, it's because they're not playing defense. When, I mean, the talent output is the highest that it's been ever. And obviously these guys are playing defense. So it's hard. It's harder to score buckets on better talent. I mean, it's just straight up logic. I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with the rules or, you know, I mean, it does have to an extent something to do with the sets that the coaches install and run, but just based off of pure talent. I mean, it's hard to score against guys that are also super talented like you. So when you have performances like this, it's not something to sneeze at. It's you're watching history. I don't really know if there's been another 10-day stretch like this in the league.
No. Nope.
Where guys are literally putting up 50 plus a night.
Yeah.
Like
this is the most 50-point games pre All-Star break in NBA history by like 10, and we're a month out from the All-Star game.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like this is just crazy.
Yeah. And like there's so many things to bake into it. Modern medicine bakes into it. Modern training is built into it. Obviously the 3 ball's more relevant now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And there's so many different ways nowadays that you can score.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can literally score anywhere on the floor, inside, mid-range.
DeMar DeRozan scores 30 a night from mid-range. Joel Embiid scores 30 a night from the post. Steph Curry scores 30 a night from outside the numbers. LeBron scores 30 a night from the rim. Like, you know what I mean? There's just so much shit. Trae Young scores 30 a night on floaters. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, literally. Jordan Poole scores 30 a night from baddies in the front court.
Yeah, facts. So I just think it's amazing to watch. It'll. My only thing is though, I don't get as excited when there's big performances like this.
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand that. Just because there's so many, you kind of get desensitized to big performances like that.
Yeah.
Like when you see like 40 to 50, like all right, but I think when you get to like the Donovan Mitchell levels, there's still like that. Wow, what a performance! Like,
oh yeah,
that's historical kind of a feeling. That's definitely what I got after taking a look at that game and the highlights and stuff, like dude was on one.
It's not just that he had 71. It's that he got 11 assists.
Yeah,
too.
literally. Yeah, it's not just he had 71 points, but everything else he
Mhm.
did. It's just crazy. But yeah, I mean, it just happens all too often now, but it's just a product of the game that is current day.
We can finish the pod off with one question I have for you.
Okay.
Do you think that someone's going to pass Kobe's 81? And if so, what player in today's NBA do you think will do it?
That's a good question. There's so many guys
We've
that are.
seen Book get 70. We've seen Donovan Mitchell get 71.
Yeah. If there was a guy that really shoot. I mean, you think of one guy, Donovan Mitchell is one of those guys, just the way that he is utilized in Cleveland.
Certified bucket getter.
Yeah, he's really their primary guy for offense. I mean, shit, I don't know. That's a tough. I mean, there's so many good guys that can really, you can really name any of your guys.
For me,
obviously,
it's just got to be
like
the
Mitchell.
right player. It's got to be the right player in the right situation. Because KD's not going to do it because he's playing with Kyrie.
Right.
Steph isn't going to do it because he's got 3 other guys averaging 20 points a game right now.
Yeah. Well,
that's crazy to think about, by the way. The Warriors have 4 players averaging 20 points per game this season.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they're still 3-16
like a play-in spot.
No, they're only like 4 games out of the East. I'm pretty sure. I mean, out of the West, out of the first. Oh no, they are still a play-in team, but they're only 5 games out of first.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, they are number 1 at home at 17-3, and they're last on the road 3-16.
That's so weird and so stupid.
I think that road will come up.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, I mean, there's not really. It really does have to be the right situation. I mean, you look at Tatum and Brown. Maybe Tatum could be one that could possibly do that. Although you also have Jaylen Brown, and they're a deep team.
Both of them are bucket getters.
Yeah. Giannis maybe.
My only thing with Giannis is he doesn't shoot enough threes.
Yeah.
This has got to be a guy that hits 20 free throws, hits 10 threes.
Yeah. Like Donovan Mitchell's probably, in my opinion, like the best guy to probably do that.
Yeah.
Because I would say Jimmy Butler, but he also doesn't shoot a lot of threes. But
no, and a lot of
when
nights
he's on, Miami can use him in high volume to get some scoring going. So
I think I have 4 players that I think could do it.
I mean, obviously the people that have come close before are probably my best bets: Booker and Mitchell. Maybe even Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal's been ass this year.
Yeah.
He's been bad.
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I think, and you know what I'm going to do? Okay? This is going to be my greatest take of all time.
Okay.
Mark it on your calendar.
Sit up, fellas. Sit up, fellas. You're about to listen to history. "2024, Devin Booker will score 84 points." Okay.
Here's why. Chris Paul's going to be may not be with the team next year. If not, he's not going to be as good. No one else on that team has been proven to score. I don't think they have a way to get a player because of the money they're dishing out to Mikal Bridges and DeAndre Ayton. I think on the right night next season, Devin Booker will score over 80 points.
84 to be exact.
84 to be exact. It's a wild guess, but I think it's a possibility.
Interesting. We'll come back to this in a year. See what happens.
My other three, Donovan Mitchell, just because he's a bucket getter. Luka, I think could do it.
Yeah, Luka too.
Luka could do it. And then I think Steph on a heater could do it.
Mm-hmm.
If Steph breaks the single game 3-point record, I think he could do it.
Yeah.
If he tops himself and then Clay again.
Yeah.
With 15 in the game.
Yeah. It's really one of those situations for Steph. It's really one of those situations for Steph where I feel like he can do it. It's just a matter of like, I kind of feel like dropping 84 tonight. You know what I mean?
I think if he really tried, if those four guys really tried to do it, he'd be the first one to do it.
Yeah.
Just because he's the most efficient out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like it would take, I think if Steph were to do it, here's the other thing too. This 71 and the 60 that Luka scored and all that, these all came in overtime. So like it would have to be a close game where he's playing minutes.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to hit like 5 of 5 in the first quarter. It's just got to be right. Because when Clay dropped 36 in a quarter, he should have done it that night.
Yeah, he should have. That was nuts.
Yeah, Clay is the hottest shooter of all time.
Yeah,
no lie.
Yeah. Why not throw Clay in there? He can still do it. We saw 54.
Yeah, fuck it, Clay too.
Throw Clay in there. Yeah, I mean that night he was on pace for 120.
Yeah, and then the game he scored 60 in 3 quarters played. I mean, being in like total of 3 quarters, not minutes wise. He did it in like 20 some minutes.
That's nuts.
No, if he played like 38 minutes, the dude cleared. Kobe who? Cleared.
Wilt who? Cleared.
Yeah.
Don't matter. Wilt debunked. Klay Thompson? Don't matter about 1962. It's 2020. No, that was 2016, wasn't it? 2015.
No. Mm-hmm. I need me a Klay Thompson jersey.
When's your birthday? I'll get that for you for your birthday.
August 21st.
All right. Noted.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
You need to give me a Klay Thompson jersey.
I
got Steph. I got KD. I got Draymond.
Just let me know. Home, away, city, statement, whichever one you want.
What I should do is I should get the Hamptons 5. I need to get an Iggy jersey. I need to get a Klay jersey.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that's plenty for the folks.
I do too. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting a little hangry.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this John up.
Yeah, bro. Thank you all for listening. Once again, Day One Podcast. You already know what it is. On a boat, on a bus, on a plane, where the hell you are. Tell a friend. The Pat McAfee Show was copying my tweets earlier today, so we're better than them.
Yeah, Pat. Patrick.
Patrick
McAfee.
Yeah. Shout out, Pat McAfee's got a kid on the way.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah.
I like how you're talking shit and praising them in the same sentence.
Compliment sandwich.
Right. There you go.
Yep.
Shout out.
Yep.
Shout out the dog.
Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm Kyle. That's Anthony. Catch you on the next one.
Peace.